All too often, conceding goals from free kicks just like this one. How can we stop this? So then gang, set piece and particularly indirect free kicks conceding. I seem to be doing it a lot at the minute in the Parma save, and there's a reason for that, which we'll get to. But like so much in this game, everything has a reaction, and the reason you're conceding more free kicks in that sort of area can be down to a few other things. But first, let's hit the obvious ones, and a lot of these you'll probably already do, but let's just cover them anyway. Now the first obvious one is you're out of possession. Instructions for your team, you've got get stuck in on, meaning your boy's going to go looking for the tackle, going to throw the weight around a bit. This is going to lead to a bit more of aggression, in your face style, and obviously some more free kicks. So if you're conceding too many, getting too many bookings, etc., take it off. Now that one's pretty obvious, pretty self-explanatory. Now your next one, you notice players are diving into tackles, maybe they're getting bookings or they're giving away too many free kicks. Target each player individually. So let's say this lad here, he's a central midfielder on defence. Let's hit his player instructions. He's going for too many tackles. I'm going to ask him to ease off a bit and not make so many tackles. Hopefully he won't give us away as many free kicks then. You can do that sort of player instruction for all the players that you think are diving in too much. Maybe it's your fullbacks giving away too many free kicks in these areas here, or maybe it's your centre backs jumping into challenges. Knock him on to ease off tackles and they won't go in as much. That's the two obvious ones. You'll already know those, but it's good to have a little refresher and a little reminder. Now, like I said at the start, every tactical decision you make on this game, like in real life, has a reaction. So, for example, my Parma team, we're playing an underdog tactic. So our defensive line is a bit lower, standard, or sometimes it's down to lower because we're trying to hit teams on the counter. Which is great and works well. But what it does do is, by having a lower defensive line, you leave these areas to invite pressure. So a lot of the play is going to be in these areas, meaning there's a higher chance to give away free kicks. So when it was getting too much for us, instead of dropping a defensive line, which a lot of people might do when you're under so much pressure, we instead push it up slightly. Now pushing it up slightly means that the opposition are going to have less play in and around your box, hopefully meaning less free kicks are given away. Now obviously on the flip side of that, it means there'll be a bit more space over the top, so you need to balance it out. But in certain games where you're giving away too many free kicks and you've got a standard or a lower defensive line, you can see the areas that you're going to have a bit of trouble there. So on the games that you are conceding a load of free kicks, just try and play with that defensive line. Push it up a bit, just for a period of time. It may cancel out some of these free kicks you're giving away. Now, as always, team, this isn't the only way to do things. This is just the way I try to do things. And hopefully it gives you a few ideas for yourself to think for yourself on how you can affect change in your game. If you've got any techniques that you use to concede less free kicks, man, let me know, because I've got another hard season ahead of us with Parma where we'll be using a lower defensive line. So any tips and advice that you can give as well, man, that'd be handy. Take care, and I shall see you soon.